Welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm reviewing Santos Laguna 0, Club León 2, and Liga MX Apertura 2023 Jornada 12. Santos Laguna 0, Club León 2, en la Liga MX Apertura Jornada 12. Santos went down early. León lost their best striker to an injury in the 7th minute. Red card early in the game. Roller coaster early. León dominates most of the game. Should have got more than 2 goals, but they were kicking balls into frickin' Santos defenders' feet. Should have been like 5 or 6-0, but it wasn't. But they still got enough to win. They won their game, sitting in a good position, to be completely honest. With that being said, goals were scored as follows. In the 45 plus 3rd minute, Lopez scores, ball crossed in, around the penalty spot, taps it in to make it set 0-1, 0-1. That's the way we go into half, 0-1, medio tiempo, 0-1. Beautiful goal by Lopez right before the half, 4 minutes to go before stoppage time, and he gets the goal. Then in the 50th minute, Paul Ballon scores to make it 2-0. Played to him at the penalty spot. He heads it in, scores the goal. Then Frias doesn't get a touch at the far post. It just rolls in. Settle, 0-2, settle a dulce, and that's the way the game would end. 0-2, settle a dulce. Should have been more. Should have been like 5 or 6. But again, León players were kicking balls into Santos players' feet. Feet. But full-time stats, 9 shots to 22, 1 shot on goal to 9, 25% possession to 75% possession, 239 passes to 731, 78% pass accuracy to 91, 8 fouls, 12, 0 offside to 2, 2 yellow cards to 1, 0 red cards, 1 red card to 0, I should say, 3 corners to 8. This game was honestly boring because León did not jump down their throats. Yes, they held 75% possession. I'm not saying that's different. But let me tell you, when they played this game, León, they were just doing enough to win. I don't know if it was the fact they kicked balls into Santos players' feet. If Santos was supposed to be there, they just couldn't shoot the damn ball because their best striker got taken off for a concussion, I'm guessing. I'm guessing concussion. But Angel Mena was still there. Brian Rubio was still there, you would think. But, again, León, they should have scored 5 or 6 goals. With the possession that they had, with the shots on goal that they had, they should have scored 4 or 5 goals. And hell, the block shots they had, they should have scored 4 or 5. The fact this was 2-0, I don't think they played their best performance. I think they just sleepwalked. They pushed through, and they were like, you know what? We're going to do just enough, and that's fine by us. To me, I don't like that. To me, I sit here and I say, you know what? Why? Why play the game like that? Why be like, yeah, we're up a man, we're going to win the match, let's take our sweet time. You know, a goal differential, scoring more goals would have helped you probably hold on to a playoff spot, a Liga spot by the end of the night. Having a 0 goal differential probably knocks you out or puts you right at the end of it. Going for goal differential probably would have put you a bit higher. Would have helped. But, because Tijuana still has to play. A point puts them in, a win puts them in. And then it pushes people down. You got goal differential, you're probably ones not getting pushed out. But they didn't. They should have, but they didn't. I guess, to me, it doesn't feel like they were sleepwalking because they were taking a lot of shots. But I still can't believe that Santos was just right there in the right spot. Time after time after time. Like, you got to be better than that. Like, yeah, maybe they were in the right spot a couple of times. But, like, 10, 15 times they're in the right spot? No, they're not. No, they're just getting the ball shot into them. But you know what? Some of the free kicks were horrible. I think this game fundamentally was a joke. I think León could have played way better football And I think Santos could have pulled out of their shell just a little bit. They weren't out of the game, even with a red card. Yeah, the possession never went their way, but they were never out of the game. They were never out of the game, which is just mind-boggling to say the least, because it's like, hey, you're playing a game of football. You're playing tough. Let's play. Let's watch. And then they just, I don't know, man. This game was just not the game. People said game of the week. And it wasn't. This was a flop. This was like a movie where people are like, oh, this is Oscar worthy. I'm like, that probably tells me it's going to be crap, but I'll watch it. And then you come to find out it's crap. Yeah. It's probably not really the best comparison, but you know what? Works. But for me, it's like, okay, so we have so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. So we have multiple goals scored. We have 2 goals scored. Should have been 5. Like, we should have had a 5 or 6-0 for León. The fact they didn't makes me wonder what their mentality is. Makes me question their mentality, because they've been mid all year. This was the time to break out and say, no, we're going to the Club World Cup and we deserve to go. We're going to make the playoffs in Liga MX. We're going to go to the Club World Cup and we're going to show. I don't see it, to be completely honest. I don't see the mentality. To me, it feels like they played LAFC, handed off the curse to them, the Champions League curse, and said, we win it, you have the curse, and we're going to just dip. I want to see better. I legitimately want to see better. I expect better out of León. I think Larcamón is an amazing manager, and I don't think this is really on him per se, because I think tactically he's still a good manager, but I think the players have gotten a bit heavy-headed. You know, I think the players have gotten a bit heavy-headed. They won the Champions League, and they're like, you know what? We broke the curse. We're true winners now. Especially the ones who were there during the Ambris era and the Holland era, which there's a couple who went through everything. There's a couple. All they needed was the Champions League. They got it. And they've always felt like a team that's like 5 minutes away from getting a big head if they just get everything they want, everything they so desire. And that's kind of what I can see. They have everything they desire because they know the Club World Cup is sort of a hard shot. It's a hard shot. They could do it, but it's a hard shot. It makes you wonder, where's the mentality of this team this whole season? Because if you have a game where you're like, oh, we're up a man for 70 minutes, we should blow them out the water. And we're already dominating possession, and then we will dominate possession as we're up a man. We should blow them out the water. Didn't happen like that. And I just don't like where this game was going. Like, León, questionably, like, they won. They did just enough, but that's not what you should be doing in a situation like this. What you should be doing in a situation like this is like, oh, we're up a man. Okay, we're going to rip you to shreds. We're going to rip you to shreds like a paper shredder. We're going to just run you through like Oliver North's secretary. But they didn't do that. So, that was a topical reference. Not a topical reference, but a long time ago reference. Let's see if you get it. Let's see if that one was got, because I thought that was pretty clever. Probably not best of material, but, you know, whatever. But with that being said, León, you got to check your mentality. You got about 2 months. Check your mentality. Get to the playoffs. Get some games in, because if you don't make the playoffs, you're probably really screwed. You got to make the Liga. Got to get some games in, and then go from there. But you got to check your mentality. You have game 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 5 league games, hopefully a couple of Liga games, and then you're into the Club World Cup. You got to check your mentality, because if you don't, you're done. You're done. You're not going to do well over there, and I want you to do well over in Saudi. Because if I'm going to cover this, I want a reason. I want a reason. I mean, Al Ittihad is a reason, and Man City's a reason, but I need my CONCACAF reason, so. And Urawa being there. Red Diamonds, so. But with that being said, come on, you gotta look at your mentality. I think the tactics are okay, but you gotta look at your mentality. I think the mentality has just fallen off since Champions League. So, with that being said, man of the match for me, I'm gonna go with Ballon for the second header. That was a good header. So yeah, Paul Ballon, man of the match. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us a play. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. My bad. I'll see you on the 12th for a live watch along of Honduras, Grenada, and the 2 Nations League games. Live in RSR. I think Grenada has something to do with one of them. Grenada has to do something with one of them. They're Group B, though. No. But 2 Nations League games on the 12th. Maybe I'll be here for Braves versus Phillies Game 3 on Wednesday. I'm not sure. The 11th. Maybe. I'm considering it. It's a consideration. It's a consideration. Not a big one, but there's a non-zero chance. With that being said, I'll see you on the 12th for sure. Maybe the 11th. But other than that, I'm running. I'm out. Peace. See you later.